Thank you to Policy Genius for sponsoring this week's video.
If you have anyone relying on your income, you need life insurance. It's that simple.
Policy Genius is your one-stop shop for finding and buying the life insurance you need. Getting started is easy. Click the link in the description box or head to policygenius.com/redpoppyranch and answer a few questions about yourself. In minutes, you can compare personalized quotes from top companies to find the lowest price and coverage you need. You could save 50% or more on life insurance by comparing quotes with Policy Genius. Their team of licensed experts will help you understand your options and ensure you apply for the right policy. Whether you're graduated from school, planning a wedding, welcoming a baby, or switching jobs, now's the time to get the insurance coverage to protect your family's finances during the next big phases of your life. Policy Genius works for you, not the insurance companies, so you can trust them to offer unbiased advice and help you navigate every step of the shopping and buying process. When you're ready to apply, the Policy Genius team will handle the paperwork and scheduling for free. Head to policygenius.com/redpoppyranch and get your free life insurance quotes and see how much you could save.
Well, I left Chattanooga, boy, had $1 and a dime. Headed out from Nashville on the Hard Rock Line. I'm working on that old steamboat and I learned to ride and steam. When my feet had touched dry land, how happy I did feel. Been saving every penny for to make up through the fall. Working for that dollar, but it never adds up at all. But coming around the riverbank where the old train whistle sang, the very next thing you hear from me, I've been tied to a ball and chain. Well, come this time tomorrow, reckon I don't know where I'll be. But if it wasn't for that old sheriff, I'd be back in Tennessee, playing cards and crap games, not looking for the score. And if I ever get back home again, I'll never own no more.
Go for a ride. You wanna go for a ride? Let's go for a ride. Big wheel. Okay. Let's go.
my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions hold you down. What could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on, on and on. I'm moving on and on, on and on. I'm driving in my car, the road is long and full of dust. The landscape changes around me, on and on, I feel I must. Whatever happened to me, happened for my highest good. I read that in so many books, now it's almost understood. I'm moving on and on, on and on. I'm moving on and on, on and on. I've been trying to break through. I've been dying to be with you, but my attempts have often failed, and the way the day has sailed, it was gruesome to remain. What I mostly did was to complain, and with every failed attempt, only grew my self-contempt. No peace around, 12 towns
Okay, my friends, I hope you are all doing wonderful, but I want to talk about the new front porch footings and all the effort that was required to remove the old ones, and why I chose to do it the way that I did. In my mind, there is no other option but to remove the old footings. I could have tried to knock the tops off of the existing footings and maybe dug down around them and poured concrete over the top of them trying to make a bigger footing, but we both know that would not be as good as pouring a new footing. And regardless of how much effort it's required, it's the right thing to do.
It's almost Mother's Day, and we got hanging flowers for our mom, and our dad is going to hang them up.
Hey, do you want me to get the tape measure?
I have it.
Do you want me to measure it for you?
5 feet is the halfway mark. It's 10 feet. It's 10 foot open. So, right there. Hey, one of you guys, are you helping or no?
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden.
Once the front porch gets done, we'll probably end up moving the flowers over to the front porch, but for now they're going to go up here. We hope they get enough sunlight. Maybe the afternoon sun is going to come in there, but I love them. They look beautiful.
We started this tradition back in Snowflake because some friends of ours had a nursery, a plant nursery, where we could buy local and support local businesses.
And
But
the hummingbirds are back. They're already trying to attack the flowers.
the hummingbirds have been trying to get the red off of my hat for the last 2 days. They're literally dive bombing my hat, and I told Cedar we might as well move the hummingbird feeder over here for a week or so before I get the front porch done.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there.
Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves,
I'll get you one of those
golden,
plant waterers for Mother's Day. It'd be nice for you to be able to water, turn it on and off, and be able to water your plants without getting wet.
golden, golden things. Walk up the river by my sun. Feet step over splinters of the moon. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold birds, gold string, gold words, gold anything, golden. I follow only golden, golden, golden things, golden. I follow only golden, golden, golden things.
I'm using a diamond-tipped concrete grinder to round the edges before I pour the concrete back. Where I've done this in other places, I've found that it blends really well. I most certainly need to thank the person that sent me the kit to convert my wheelbarrow from a single wheel to a two-wheeled wheelbarrow. Such an important improvement to a tool I use almost every day. The only thing that I would have done different up to this point is the saw that I used to cut the concrete. I would have rented a concrete saw that could have cut through the entire thickness of the concrete instead of the 3.5 inches that my circular saw was able to cut through. The front edge of the concrete slab is closer to 6 inches thick, so my 3.5 inch cut looks okay from the top, but it fractures off quite a bit more than it needs to underneath. If I had rented a concrete saw that would have cut all the way through the slab, this likely would not have happened. Once I pour the new footing back, it fills that void that fractured off underneath the existing slab. But in a best case scenario, there shouldn't have been a void. The other person that I have to thank is the person that sent me my favorite pad. It seems I use it on every project at some point. Since our family has been living in southeastern Idaho, we have felt at least 3, if not more, earthquakes, and part of my thinking in putting in bigger footings is just that. We're only a few hours away from Yellowstone. We've already had an earthquake in the 5s. Something like that could very easily happen, and having larger footings like this would obviously help. If I hadn't replaced the footings after going to all the effort that I'm going to with the front porch, I would know in the back of my head that at some point in time, I'm going to have to revisit that. And I'm tired of thinking that way. I would just as soon put a little bit more effort into it now and never think about it again. The new footing is more than twice the size of the old footing. By the time you're seeing this, all the footings have cured with the new Simpson brackets in place. I've removed all of the siding from the front of the house. I've managed to get all of the beams up, and I'm just about to start setting rafters back. This is a spot right here that's always wet, sometimes even up into September and October. The house is there. That is here. And then right down below where we have the kids' trampoline, we have the same thing. I've given a lot of consideration to digging a shallow well right there just to see how full it stays all year round. Maybe use it for irrigation or something like that. If this is where we're going to put the garden right here, that might not be a bad idea. Use it just for the garden. It's obviously water between the topsoil and the clay layer, but at the end of the day, water is water, and I'd love to be able to use it to water the garden and the plants and different things. I should have all of the framing done on the front porch by the end of this week, and then we can dive right back into the board and batten siding and hopefully get that wrapped up as well. I managed to let the footings cure for about 5 days while I drove out to Wisconsin and picked up my new truck, so it worked out great. The front porch and the siding are the last two major projects around the house, but I may do some stucco stone at some point in time. I have not even set foot over on the new property because I want to get the front porch done before I start messing around over there. We think we have a new stain picked out, and we have some friends that used it and it turned out wonderful. So as soon as I get the front porch rebuilt and the siding reinstalled, we'll start playing around with colors. Up to this point, all of the horizontal siding that I have removed has come off without too much effort using those tools that I made. But I just found where all my 2.5-inch ring shank nails went. This wood is being very, very difficult, and it's not wanting to come off. Most of this siding is the best siding that came from the original bunks, and I basically need to reuse all of it. Apparently I went back and forth between ring shank nails and smooth shank nails because some of the wood is coming off pretty easily. I don't feel as bad about redoing all of the horizontal siding on the house as opposed to replacing the footings on the front porch, because I knew in the back of my head when I originally dug out those footings that they should have been bigger. But the horizontal siding on the house was more or less an experiment to see if we liked it, and we just simply didn't like it as much as we liked the board and batten.
higher.
I gotta make sure I get my angles right, because if that's not right, I just gotta make sure they're both right. I'm gonna back up and look at it. I just gotta figure out my angles so I can cut all the posts. All right.